What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Writers Room presented by Breaking and Entering. I'm Allen Halas. I am joined, as always, by my River West cohort, host of the Mr. Nice Guy podcast, contributor to Shepherd Express, contributor to, music director for Breaking and Entering, show promoter, all around good dude. I'm sure I missed some things. You're many things. He's a man with many hats, Mr. Ben Slowey. How are you doing today, man?
Good to see you, dude. I'm pretty good. Yeah, I've been soaking up this strange fall weather we've been having. It's like it's definitely like fall out. You know, leaves are changing and it's getting cloudier and whatnot. But it's been strangely humid this week. I don't know if you noticed that, but
Yeah.
I've been like sweating a lot still. Like when I've been going outside, and it's like this. It's like it's still clinging on to a lot of moisture.
It's a very moist time. That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Very
I
moist.
did some running this week and a lot of sweat. A lot of sweat.
Yeah.
I've just been a gross human being. So yeah.
Well, dude, I'm always gross. So
this is the life that we live. This is what the people tune in for, to hear sweat updates from both of us.
Dude,
absolutely.
If you want to know the life of a Breaking and Entering music director, I just like lounge around my bedroom wearing no pants, just with my laptop, and I listen to a bunch of shit and write words about that shit. So that's just my.
Well, don't undersell it. Don't undersell it. Good God. What a life. Yeah, no, I mean, I just kind of lay around on the couch, and I do a bunch of shit, but I lay around on the couch and listen to some music too. So
well, dude, I remember like last year there was like kind of like a meme template thing going around Facebook, and it was like poorly describe what you do for a living. And I just said like I write words about sounds, because that's essentially what we do. That's like in a nutshell.
Honestly, yeah, it is what we do, and it is not as easy as it would seem when you have to write about as many sounds as we write about. I think, Ben, you and I can attest to that, but I hope people know that.
And not also, this is a little one of my tools in my toolbox as a music blogger. I like constantly have to find like synonyms for words that I find myself using way too much, because like I get attached to words pretty easily. So like when I do write-ups every day, like I find myself just like having the urge to use a certain word like several different times, and I'll have to pull out the old Merriam-Webster and find some different words. And I've been doing that because I don't want to annoy people,
I'm totally the same way. I noticed I use the same like almost like alliteration all the time. Apparently when I write, I don't know, just if I latch onto a letter, it's like it's the same letter in a lot of different words or whatever descriptive. And I'll notice I'll do it like 3 or 4 words in a row and be like, I gotta change that. But it's funny you mentioned that, because I also so Patrick Carroll is one of the writers for us here, and he contributes to us, and he writes concert reviews. I have also been on a similar thing with him, where I've been like, you can't use the word kick-ass in every review, and he finds a way to work the word kick-ass into a lot of reviews. And now that I told him that, it eats at him every time, and he never will use it again. So
yeah,
we talked about actual writing in the writers' room. Who would have thought? But we also have a bunch of great music for you. We got some younger artists. We got some newer acts. We got plenty of great stuff for you in this week's show. So we're going to kick it off with our first video for this week. It's from Carson Taylor. The song is called Shadows. And Carson is an act that is definitely trying to just get established and, kind of get things going. But I'm excited to see where they take things. Shout out to Web Radio Network, who is watching us over on Facebook as well. Just said hello. And so let's kick things off. It's Carson Taylor. This is Shadows. Check it out here on The Writers' Room.
Hey. I'm always searching, I'm lacking purpose. I just might cross the seven seas to find myself. Ay, crawling out the shadows, I'm done living with this version of myself. Darkness lives among us, but we don't have to let it take control. We all got choices, so make them count. Confront emotions, let go of doubt. I'm so annoyed, I hate myself. It's time I look into the mirror, take account. My feet keep running, running and running, running, I fall. I can't keep running, running and running from it all. I'm always searching, I'm lacking purpose. I just might cross the seven seas to find it all.
That was Carson Taylor with Shadows here on the Writers Room. And just a sampling of the many different names coming out of the Milwaukee music scene lately, coming out with new music and starting to play out shows. Ben, you've been on fire lately, going out to plenty of different shows, doing some artist spotlights. You just told me before we started, you have an amazing task ahead of you. You said how many shows in a row that you're trying to go see?
I'm gonna try to do 6 in a row this next week,
That is
starting on
unbelievable.
Friday,
Okay.
ending with next Wednesday.
That is an insane amount of live music to go see. That's not the right number of days, so you're definitely doubling up a little bit too. Uh,
Oh,
wait,
it's
Wednesday, Thursday,
Friday,
Friday
Saturday,
instead.
Sunday, Monday,
Yeah, I'm wrong.
Tuesday,
I'm
Wednesday.
wrong.
Yeah,
That's right.
shut up.
Look, it's in my Twitter bio. I can't do math and I can't park cars, and that is very true. Yeah. So 6 nights of music. Uh, who is all on the docket for who you're going to see?
So we're starting on Friday at Quarters. Going to see Emily Zimmer for her release party, which will feature. Yeah, she's dropping an album, but it's going to also feature performances from the Rogue Electrics and Alex Smith. And then Saturday, hoping to hit JJ's Bar and Grill, the esteemed DIY venue.
I was gonna
In
say, where's?
Franklin.
Oh wait, that's over in like Franklin, South Milwaukee area, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
For Honey Creek's album release party.
sweet.
Sunday, going down to X-Ray Arcade for Mark Waldock and the Hallelujah Award. Next Monday, going to Cactus Club to see Astral Hand, who's going to be with a couple other great acts.
Nice.
The very next Tuesday, a week from today, coming back to Cactus Club for Shame Wave, And then ending things off next Wednesday with Bremen Cafe, Barely Civil.
Wait,
And
isn't next Wednesday? Am I wrong on this? It's next Thursday. That's the Mr. Nice Guy show, isn't it? Or Wednesday?
no, you're thinking of the following Wednesday after that.
Yes. Okay. I was so set. I was gonna set you up for like, oh, it's the Mr. Nice Guy show, and then no, I was totally wrong. My bad.
No, it's
But yes, go to that show as well.
yeah, actually, with Barely Sybil is also going to be the Nile Club once again, who I just saw this weekend, and those guys rule. They are all kids, they're only like 20, 21 years old. A trio, but they make killer rock music. Their drummer is the son of my former roommate. So that's my neat little connection with them. But it was great to finally see them because we've been kind of watching them for a little while just through said connection. But yeah, they rule. They're building a lot of steam, a lot of energy. Also got to see Cozy Danger this weekend, who we have covered on the site, and
Yep.
they're big fans of us. Shout out to them. They told the story of their wonderful dog music video that we covered.
Yeah. Where are all my dogs at?
They
Featuring
just hit up
all of
every
their
one
dogs.
of their friends that just had dogs. We're like, can we just like we don't have to like hang out because like it's COVID and everything, but can we just like hang out with your dog for a little bit? And that was fun. So yeah, lots of shows going on. Recently also got to see North Warren. Got to
Yeah.
see Indonesian Junk.
I'm excited. Well, I want to see actually both of those bands, but keep going. plenty of
Yeah,
plenty of great names and names that honestly like weren't necessarily the most prolific going into the pandemic. So it's kind of cool to see them coming out and like really hitting the ground running and playing shows and doing things, for themselves now, kind of.
yeah, yeah. Like Indonesian Drunken has been a band for a while. And it was just, I was a big fan of their output in the past. So great to see those guys. Shout out to Danny James. Also, North Warren. I just love the Glue EP that they dropped about a month and a half ago now,
Hmm.
and yeah, they've been kind of cutting their teeth on the live scene, just kind of starting recently now. So yeah, it's there's no shortage of really exciting things to do. What about you? Have you been out at shows lately? I know that
I have
you
actually
made it
not
to
been.
Tonic.
Yeah, I was at Tonic for a very eventful Yogi B and Keys and I Am Mark Andrews show. That we actually go into, we talk about on this Thursday's Breaking and Entering Radio, which you can check out on Spotify. That was a hell of a night. Alpine, also known as Chris Counterfeit, DJ'd. I might have DJ'd a little bit. I got in the mix for just a little bit. I got there and the mixer wasn't working. The setup wasn't right. So I ran home and I grabbed my own one and ended up DJing a little bit at the after party, which was not an after party. It was just me standing on stage afterwards DJing because I could. Actually,
Yeah,
out of nowhere, Alpine just kind of tagged me in. So if you were there, you caught an impromptu DJ Dumpster Fire set with Omar from Breaking and Entering Radio also giving me our hype, being our hype man for it. It's pretty tight. So that was actually the last show that I've seen, but I've got some stuff coming up. I'm going to hopefully get to Beat Street this weekend over at
yeah,
Cactus Club. Oh, I was also at the Equinox Music Festival in the Brewery
yeah.
District.
How'd that
Yeah,
go?
that was a really cool setup. I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little hungover from the Yogi B and Keys show the night before. But Vincent Van Great was at that. Abby Jean was there. Classic was somewhere milling about. So shout out to the Brewery District because they have a lot of great things happening there. Possibly some breaking and entering shows coming up in the very near future. Possibly. We can't say just yet, but it's gonna happen. And Yeah, I'm excited to see live music coming back in full force and finally being able to go be a part of it. Um, but yeah, I'm looking forward to Beat Street at Cactus Club this Sunday as well. Saturday, excuse me. This Saturday, and there's yeah, I might have to join you at some of your string of shows. Maybe I'll just show up with like water and like an IV, and I'll just kind of be like, Ben, you gonna be good? Like we got to get these reviews out, and then I'll just like slap you back to life, and you'll be good.
Hey, yeah, yeah. No, I mean, it fuels me. It definitely, it's been invigorating to be out at shows again. Because I'll still, even when I'm feeling like, oh, I'm kind of tired. I don't even know if I like have it in me to go out tonight. I never regret it when I do still go out and catch a show. And it's also like this is what we've been waiting to fucking do for a year and a half.
Very
like,
true.
We were so I didn't remember, like, it's like we craved like that energy and that just consistent just surplus of things to do around town all the time. Like we missed that so much.
Yeah.
And now that we have it again, we can't take it for granted. So we're going to go to as much as we can. And yeah, so I hope, yeah, you should come with me if you can. And yeah, that'd be nice. I enjoy, it's always fun when we see each other at shows. Cause like, I feel like our just like observant nature of just being like, the awkward guy in the crowd.
We are collectively that awkward guy.
Yeah. We're just with our hands in our pockets. We're just like, oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, nice. Yeah.
We have a question from Web Radio Network, which is actually the online station that streams Breaking and Entering Radio over in Italy. So we have a question coming in from Italy right now. They say that your program is getting a lot of success on radio in Italy. Guest interviews are popular. They'd like to ask you a question, Ben. They wanted to ask when you started making music, but I know that you're not necessarily an artist. So when did you start writing about music? When did you start getting involved with music?
Well, kind of when I met you. So it's about 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, roughly 2.5 years ago. Wow. Remember, like, it was just yesterday. But
it was a snowstorm. You were working at Roast Coffee, and we sat down for an hour and talked about music. And afterwards, I was like, "Yeah, that guy's gonna be working for the site for sure." So,
yeah, and little did you know, I work for the site, all right.
Yes. I write about things for sure. But yeah, so shout out once again to Web Radio Network in Italy. And hey, I think that is our widest ranging audience that we've had so far. I don't think we've had anybody from overseas watching the show that we know of. So if you got questions, comments, whatever, chat on whatever medium you have, because we're broadcasting on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and all sorts of places. So we're trying to check them out. I got like 4 screens of my face right now. So it's kind of weird. Anyway, here's something that's not our faces. We're going to get into our second video for this week. It's from Man Random, who I really like their stuff. I have not seen them live. I need to go see them at some point.
Yeah.
I just a weird observation. All of their artwork is the brightest thing in the world. They put out some single years ago that had like a pink and green cover that was actually like hurt my eyes to see it. It was so bright. So, and there's a lot of that here. It's the video. It's one of their new songs. This is called Never Get It Right. Check it out. It is here on the Writers Room.
So far take until I am good enough. Wherever I am doomed to fail, I never get it right. All my goals and I'm derailed, I never get it right.
Excellent victory!
That was Man Random with Never Get It Right here on the Writers Room. And yes, that was a B&E shirt right there at the end. Check it out. So shout out to Man Random, because when they sell, like when we sell shirts, it doesn't tell me where it's going to. I never have any clue who's buying them, whatever. So the other day, Omar walked in wearing like a B&E tank top, like a purple and white one, I think he had on. And I had no idea that shirt was in the video until I saw it. So shout out to Man Random for buying some merch. And if you'd like to buy some merch, including this lovely Breaking and Entering pillow or some t-shirts or whatever you may fit your fancy, you can do that in the shop tab of breakingandentering.net, Ben. Did you know that?
I had no idea.
He had no idea. Look at that. So yeah, you can do that over at the shop tab of Breaking and Entering, and you can look as cool as Man Random did in that video. So
Also,
shout out
to Man Random on their new record Present Tense, which just came out I believe 2 weeks ago now. Really solid power pop. Solid record about like how much this past year sucks. But also like with a glimmer of hope as they like as a track list like kind of gets into the second half, it starts getting a little bit more positive, a little bit more uplifting. So they put the right sound to the way a lot of us have felt. So yeah, Man Random rules. I want to see them sometime soon as well. So how about that said, we talk about some of the music on the site because
there's been a lot. There's been, as the kids say, some heaters. There's been some slaps, plenty of bangers, lots of great music coming out of the Milwaukee. Some bops, a lot of great music coming out of the Milwaukee music scene. I think one of the highlights so far. I mean, everybody's been talking about the Vincent Van Great and Amanda Huff collaborative EP. Ben, you got a chance to check it out. I got a chance to stream a little bit of it. I'm excited for that like collaboration. I like that they've already gotten to play some of it out live at Summerfest, and I cannot wait to see the traction that hopefully pulls off. Because I mean, Amanda Huff has just been fucking everywhere lately.
I know, dude.
In like a good way. I mean that in a good way. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason why she is just like, why she lands so many like great gigs and why like she has just collaborated with so many people, like why she's like received so much acclaim across the Milwaukee music sphere, because she fucking deserves it. Like, she is an absolute like star with not only great music but great swag, great style, she's just a fucking like beam of light. Like whenever you talk to her, like she's just super kind to everybody and just wants everyone around her to win. So that coupled with Vincent Van Great and his amazing like multifaceted creative approach where
he's been somebody that really has had the ability to adapt well, and I mean that in the sense of he started as a producer. He raps. He can get. I mean, if you listen to like Grimy with Dana Kappa, he can rap. And then
but he's also got his live band Ninja Sauce.
And this is a little bit more melodic on this project. So like, he's very versatile, and that's something that people look for sure. People in much higher positions than either one of us. But I think that it's impressive, and it's a great opportunity for both of them to kind of build a little bit of a new fan base off of each other. because I don't necessarily think that the Venn diagram of those artist fans are the same. You know,
Yeah,
um,
totally.
that's out. I also got to tell you, Ben, the new record from the Babies that you sent over today.
Oh
My
yeah,
goodness, if
yeah.
you are a fan of like early Detroit like garage rock, that would almost be like the precursor to punk. So we're talking about the Stooges, MC5, bands like that. Then the Baby's new record that is out now is so in that vein, and it's good. It's exactly what the energy of it should be. It sounds like it was recorded at home. I don't know if it was, uh, but it's like done in a way that like has that spirit of those bands. And I don't even know if they listen to them as like influences, but it's just what it reminds me of, and it's a
Yeah.
really good rock and roll record.
I gotta say, speaking of great rock records that came out, dude, the new Wonderful Bluffer record that came out on Friday
Yep.
is a gem. It is like we've known Wonderful Bluffer for a long time. You know, they came out of the East Side DIY scene in
Mm-hmm.
like late 2018, early 2019.
Yeah.
And then they progressively just started playing more and more shows like across the city. But since the pandemic, like they've been really on fire with playing bigger, better stages. They're up to 6 members. They
They're
are
growing as well, yes.
yes, they and I think that they've really actualized like their entire um uh like all the momentum that they've built, like from just JoJo and Fritz, just like starting out. Like, 'cause I remember I saw them at like Fire on Water, and they're only doing like a duo like acoustic set, but like every they've really actualized like their project's potential with this new record. It is really strong prog rock. So highly recommend checking that one out.
Yep.
Uh,
Passion and Reason is the name of the album. It's out now.
yes.
So
Also got to shout out Luxie for her new Festivalia EP, which I just listened to today, and it is an absolute banger. Uh, 3 remix tracks, all of them just like we've known Luxie as dope for a very long time.
yeah.
Like Luxie has had a prolific output, and this EP just makes you just want to fucking jump around with all your friends, like in a whether it's a basement or a really like flashy, trippy club. Like I don't, it doesn't matter. Like it just makes you want to just fucking jump around like all over the walls because this, like, it's a really mystical, like experimental house electronic uh excursion. So shout out to that one.
Yeah.
Also, we got some experimental hip hop from Ghost Machines this week, from Randall Bravery. We got
Which those are names that, people might not necessarily know just yet. And if you don't, these are great places to get their first listens because those are both solid projects. I got to check some of those out today. Um, We also got a shout out to Lakia, the who has now become like the face of Milwaukee hip hop on a national level. Um, she's got a new project out, a new tape with DJ Drama, and there's features on there from T Grizzly. There's a feature from Tyga on there. So if you have not heard the Lakia album, that thing should be in everybody, like rattling everybody's trunk all over the city. We need to get behind somebody that's got a big national push, and I think that Lakia is, she's signed to Quality Control, one of the biggest labels out right now. But she needs that hometown push too to really propel her even further forward. And I think, you know, she came back to the city already and did like a show at State Fair Park, but let's get her into some, larger venues here, and let's see what Milwaukee can really do for their artists.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Like this is the push we've been waiting for. Um, we also got a new single from Rat Bath this weekend. We
Yep.
got dude, have you listened to the new Larry Bull record?
I
Because
did get to
that
check
thing is
that out as
amazing.
well. He's another artist that has a solid body of work and has like also much like we were talking about with Vincent Van Great, had like evolved and he's a battle rapper that now makes or I mean he was always making music, but like you can tell that the battle rap sensibility is there because he story tells and
Yeah,
and he's lyrical and like all these different facets of what he does as an artist are huge when they can come together over the right beat and actually you sent or you told me to check that out too and then DJ Snack Daddy also sent me a text and was like yo you have to hear this
it's
so
so good. Yeah,
yeah
and yeah, shout out to Bull Senior. Like, um, you know, it was a great tribute to Larry's father.
Mhm.
Shout out also Genesis Renji dropped Eden last week. It's also
Yep.
fucking great. Like he
Yeah and he's got
really,
a I believe a release party Friday Saturday
yeah,
something like
something
that
like, yeah, with
this weekend
famous
go
Steve.
look it up on Facebook it's there the Eden
Uh,
release party.
how about the new Nile, the free lunch mixtape?
Yeah, Niall's got a new mixtape out. I actually got to talk to him today. I actually did an interview with him today, and that will be on this Thursday's Breaking and Entering Radio as well. But it was cool to hear his perspective on it too, because he's really growing not only as an artist, but Fat Nerds is now becoming a record label, and he's got a lot of stuff planned for basically the rest of the next year. And Free Lunch is the next evolution of what he does for himself, but we got more on the way from them as a group too as well.
Sick. And then
So
the last one I wanted to ask about is what do you think of the new Jew EP?
yeah,
Emotions Running High too.
yeah. So he's a younger name, but there's 5 tracks on that thing, and each one of them really kind of hits a different mood. There's a central theme to it, but like I think that is important for an artist that is just kind of fresher and coming out or really trying to get their name cemented in the Milwaukee music scene is to be able to show that versatility, like much like we said with Amanda Huff, how she's available to, and can do the electronic stuff. She can do the singer-songwriter stuff. She can work with Vincent Van Great. Like there's some of that on the Jew project as well. Like Valerie Lightheart's featured on it. But it's one song could be smooth and chill and the next one could be a little more pop oriented. It
Yeah.
works, it just works together, and that's the important part.
Yeah, he's another artist that's come a long way. Like, he released his first EP, won the 88.9 like best EP that we missed
Mm-hmm.
award 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Um and yeah, like he's really innovating his sound pretty well. I know he's worked with the guys at N43 a little bit, and it's showing just how much he's just making really good pop music. So yeah, there's been a lot of really good tapes, good jams, just good all around content this last week.
Yeah. Yeah, really. Milwaukee music is ready. Like I'm sure a lot of people said, all right, fourth quarter of the year, we're coming with something to get
Yeah.
people's names out there for when it's year end award season, keep it fresh in their mind, kind of thing. We're gonna get into that for sure, but before we get into anything else, here we are gonna get into a brand new video from Janelyn Rose. It's called City Stars. I don't know a ton about Janelyn, to be very
He's
honest.
in Meltwater Pulse.
Ah, okay, never mind. Yep, now that you say that, I do remember Gabby telling me about her. Actually, now that you mention it, I think I had a Zoom call with her about some of the stuff that Meltwater Pulse was doing. So, I mean, it was one call. But anyway, here's Jalen Rose. This video is called City Stars. Check it out here on the Writers Room.
Their smiles light up the streets 'cause they're stars in the city. And I'd give anything to shine like the stars in the city. They'll take your breath away till the break of day, when the music slowly starts to fade. But they keep on shimmering
That was Janelyn Rose with City Stars here on the Writers Room, and I just miraculously saved the laptop from dying, so that's a good thing that happened there. I do like what everything I've said it multiple times here that I like everything that Meltwater Pulse does as a collective. It's a great idea to get a bunch of artists that work together on as studio musicians for each other, but then as co-writers. And excited to hear new names come out of Meltwater Pulse, like Janelyn.
Yes. Yeah. Right on. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And we'll probably be hearing more from them in the near future. So
Yeah, absolutely. So
well,
with that
I'll
said,
see everybody at shows.
Yeah. With that said, we are gonna head out of here for this week. If this is your first time tuning into the Writers Room, we do this every other Tuesday over here on wherever you're watching us, breakingandentering.net, as well as all of our social media: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. And you can check out new music every single day over at breakingandentering.net, as well as follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch. If you want to monetarily support Ben and I and be, get some extra content, you can do that over at patreon.com/breaking and entering. There's also a link to do that over at breakingandentering.net as well. You can sign up for as low as $5 a month, and you'll get some extra content from us, some playlists, some interviews. I got a couple things in the works that we are going to be doing for some Patreon stuff as well. So interesting times for sure. Hopefully, if we can, I might try to get some Patreon only events, or some secret shows. So you never know.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh. That should just be how we end the show. Just do that instead.
Yeah. Oh shit.
But yeah, Ben, thank you for doing this as well. We will try to stay safe out there at all the shows, and 6 shows in 6 nights is going to be a task. So
if we can do it,
catch up on your sleep. Make sure you catch those recaps over at breakingandentering.net as well. And yeah, that's about it. We will see you next time on the Writers Room.
Peace.